Hey, what's up, guys? So today's story is one I've been waiting to tell for a while now. So please hit that like button. I'm really excited to tell this story and I'm gonna jump right into it because honestly, it is just so crazy. So this story takes place 1 year ago and I was just hanging out in my room watching some YouTube videos. At the time, it was pretty late at night because I'm always up super late. And I get a text from one of my friends who lives down the street and he goes, "Hey man, do you want to hang out?" And I'm always like super late nights and I have nothing to do. So I'm like, "Sure, man, I'll hang out with you." And he's like, "All right, awesome, come over." Right now, honestly, okay, cool, man. I'm on my way, and he lives right down the street. Like I can walk there, and probably like in 15 minutes. It's not a big deal. So I got up, quickly grabbed my backpack, walked into my mom's room, told her I'll be back later. I'm going to a friend's house, and then I walked out of the house and I locked the door. I started walking, and I usually get these walks over with pretty fast because I like walking, and I don't like walking at night. And I always walk super quick, but every time I had to walk to my friend's house, I had to go under this one bridge. And this bridge is like the bridge that everyone goes to in my town to do graffiti, tagging, little, deals, drug deals. And yeah, they put little pieces of art on it, and some of it's pretty cool, but the cops do not like it at all. And a lot of people get busted there for doing it. And I've actually been caught there before too with some friends who were doing graffiti, and I have stories about it too. So go check those out once I upload them if you want. But anyways, I quickly walked under the bridge, and as I walked by, I looked up and I saw these three guys doing graffiti on the bridge, and I didn't think anything of it. It was really late at night. That's usually when people go there to do it because they don't get caught as easy. But I just quickly walk away from them and I get out from the other side under the bridge. And I just keep walking. And all of a sudden, as I walk away from the bridge, I hear footsteps coming up behind me super fast. And I turn around and I see the same three guys that were doing spray paint on the bridge run right by me, just full speed, run right by me. And behind them, as a security car, like a car with orange lights on top with those little stickers on the side, not a police car. That car was going after them, and they ran into this bike path where cars can't go, and I'm the only one not running. So of course the guy pulls over right next to me, rolls his window down, like he's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And I was like, "Sir, I'm literally not doing anything. I'm just walking to my friend's house. They just ran right behind me. I have no idea who those guys are, and I had nothing to do with them." He's like, "Really? I'm security for this area and neighborhood, and I just got a call that there was people vandalizing the bridge. You and your little friends are the only ones out here." And I was like, "Sir, they aren't my friends. I wasn't vandalizing the bridge. And like, you can check my backpack. I don't have spray paint or anything." And it kind of blew my mind that they had like purity. Like the bridge was right next to a suburb. And I guess this guy would just monitor the whole area and make sure everything was good, including the bridge, because it was just so many people going there and spray painting. But anyway, he gets out of his car, tells me to take my backpack off, and I know I could have been like, "Nah, you can't search it." But I know I'm in the right and I'm not doing anything crazy. So I'm like, I just told, because I really didn't care. There was nothing to hide. I didn't have spray paint on me. And he opens my backpack, looks through it for a second, and then tells me to run, to turn around and put my hands behind my back. And I was like, "No, because I'm not going to let some random security guard arrest me like a cop." Sure, but a security guard like that could be some fat dude that works at Subway part-time and wants to kidnap me and become, some other shit. I'm good on that. He's like, turn around, and he reaches for his belt with the pepper spray. I was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna lose my ability to breathe right now." So I just turn around, I let him handcuff me, and like, I know this is so wrong. I could have done something about it, but I did not feel like trying to run away and getting pepper sprayed or like losing my backpack in the process. So he sits me down on the curb, and then he pulls out of my backpack my old Sharpie marker and holds it in my face and goes, "So you weren't vandalizing, huh?" And I just kind of laughed at him because it was such a crazy accusation to make at me. And he's like, nothing's funny about this." And I was like, "That's an old Sharpie marker from high school. Like, I don't even get works. Like, I don't even think it works anymore." And he takes the cap off and he smells it, man, sniffed my Sharpie, and it made me so uncomfortable the way he sniffed it. And he puts the cap back on. He's like, "Stand up," and he stands me up and he goes to put me in his car, and I back him like, "No, like, you need to call like an actual cop over here. Because if you want me to do this," and I just sit back down on the curb, and he starts trying to pull me back up, and he's like, "We work for the police." was like, no, you're the golf cart squad. Get away from me. Like, I'm not going to listen to you. Call the actual authorities because I did nothing wrong. And he keeps trying to stand me up. And I was like, dude, get away from me. And I kicked at him because he's like literally trying to put his hands on me. And it's just not cool. And at that point, I didn't care if I got pepper sprayed. Like, this guy is weird. He's creeping me out. I felt unsafe. And when I tried to kick my feet at him, he got super, super mad. And I thought he was going to pepper spray or something. But he didn't. He just took a step back and started screaming at me like he's a drill sergeant or something. But anyways, he screamed, I'm going to call the police. You're vandalizing. You just tried to assault me. And I just yelled. And all that. So, I told him I wanted to call my mom. If you want someone to come down here and deal with me, okay, what's your number? And then I give him my mom's number. And I know people are going to, say shit like, yo, you call your mom and you call your mom and my mom. Listen, my mom is a straight badass. Do not judge me, all right? Okay, so this dude, and plus this was back then, I was like 15 or some shit. So this dude calls my mom's phone in the middle of the night and wakes her up, and he goes, yeah, hi ma'am, I work security for so-and-so in this area, and we have your son in handcuffs, sitting on the curb, we suspect to be vandalized. And he was saying and stuff like it was a police team or something. When in reality, it was just him, a fat Paul Blart in a shitty car with an orange siren on top of the car. So he tells my mom where we are and to come get me and handle this. So she's like, all right, I'll be right there. And I'm just sitting there waiting for my mom to come save me, just hoping she didn't believe this guy over the phone. And I see her car come up because it's right down the street. Only took her a couple minutes to get there. She drives up, pulls over, side of the road, gets out of the car, and she walks up. And immediately, it's like, so what's going on? And he goes on to say what he thinks. That I was vandalizing the bridge, and that's why he stopped me. He thinks that I was vandalizing the bridge. And that's why he stopped me and put me in my handcuffs. My mom's like, did you see my son doing anything to that bridge? And he's like, well, no, not directly, but I saw him walking next to the people that were running away. And my mom just loses it. She's like, so you're telling me you had a vehicle and people were running away from you and you stopped at that kid that's walking, doing nothing wrong, and harass him like he's the criminal here? Well, ma'am, the three gentlemen ran into a bike path where I couldn't get my vehicle into and follow them. And my mom just says, she's like, we'll get out of the car and chase them and call authorities. The people that could actually do something. Don't get out of your car and harass my son with no power whatsoever. He's like, ma'am, I'm security for this area. I work for the police. And she's like, oh, you do? What's your badge number? And he's like, well, I'm not an officer. I don't have a badge number. And she's like, yeah, you're fraud. Take my son out of those handcuffs right now before I call the actual police and get your ass in handcuffs and fired. And he looks at my mom, looks at me, and just goes, okay. And he walks over, takes the handcuffs off, and completely, like, out of the whole power act, like, he just fell out of he had going on. Down to my mom, he's like, I'm sorry this happened. Like, I shouldn't have falsely accused your son like that. He really did have nothing incriminating on him, and he was probably telling the truth. I'm sorry. And she's like, you're damn right. And she takes his phone number down, gets his license plate number. She also got, like, the name of the security corporation / neighborhood watch thingy he worked for. And he just basically got a bunch of his info to know more about him. And she just goes next time, chase after the actual people doing something wrong. Not my son, who's just trying to go to a friend's house. He takes this route all the time to go to his friend's house. Don't bother him again. Like, he's like, nope, I won't. He seems like a good kid. And he's just like, I'm sorry. And he, like, shook my hand. He just gets out into his car and he drives away. Well, this little orange siren turned off because he's no longer powerful. And I'm just, like, lost for words. Like, my mom just came through and made this guy shit his pants. Like, straight up. He got, like, a live sex change while talking to my mom. Like, he straight just pussified. And yeah, he drove away. I got into my mom's car, told her thank you for saving me, and she said, yeah, no problem. That's ridiculous. He even did what he did to you, like you're not a criminal. And I was like, being honest, like I really didn't have anything to do with those people. She's like, I know, and I was like, thank you. And yeah, my mom just basically came in clutch, and basically she took me to my friend's house, and that's pretty much it.